So we have with us Professor Jonas Eagle. He's participating in this huge demonstration, I would say, at Rutgers University today. And this has been going on for a couple of days now. And the negotiations were going on with the teachers' union and the administration here for more than a year. So, Professor, tell me, what are the demands and why do you think this has taken so long? I mean, more than a year.
Well, I think the values of the modern university don't necessarily match up with our educational mission. We would like the university to make a commitment to all our instructors. None of our professors should have below living wages, especially what we call our contingent faculty. That's the people who don't have tenure. They don't have the kind of security that I do as a tenured faculty member. The least we could do is pay them a living wage, and also to make sure we retain and develop our best faculty for the sake of our students.
And most of the students are also participating, as viewers you can see. So what do you think happens to the classes? Because they are very excited and they are out of the class.
Well, a lot of the students who are participating are our graduate students. Some of them are participating because, it also affects their graduate stipends. But a lot of the undergraduates have joined us as well. Anything that allows the students to, live a life of principle, to stand up for a quality education, that's important. We are very sad not to be in the classroom. All of our faculty prizes teaching above almost anything else. But we just don't think the current model of funding and pay and really the lack of respect from the central administration is sustainable. So we have to do this for the value, for the support of our students in the long run. So, and they get to enjoy a nice sunny day outside too.
Exactly. So about the broad demands, I mean, fair contract, wages, what are the issues, main issues?
Well, we want a fair contract for all across the board. Everybody needs raises in relation to inflation, for example. But above all, what we call our contingent faculty, that's, as I said, are faculty without tenure. The way that wages are paid, the kind of systems of calculating pay is inequitable across ranks. We want more equity. We want part-time lecturers to have more security and not to have to apply for their jobs over and over, and to get living wages. If you work out how much they get paid for the courses they teach for us, they're really not a living wage in New Jersey right now. So that is central to our demands. And on top of that, a kind of vision of the university as a place that cares about education, that's not essentially a corporate model that's penny pinching, but that shows a commitment to the key parts of their project, which is teaching students, undergraduates, graduates, and so on.
And this is for the first time in this institution.
Yeah.
257 years.
Yeah. Well, it shows you we've been almost a year with very little progress in our negotiations. We've been driven to this. Nobody wants this. Nobody's excited to not be teaching. Graduation is in, I think, 3 weeks. We want to be there for our students. We want to be there for our students' families. We want to celebrate them, and we want to educate them. So even though this looks like a happy festival in a way right now, it's a beautiful day and we're marching and people are young, it's a really sad thing that we've been driven to this by a leadership that has been unable to really make the decisions necessary.
And how hopeful are you with the governor trying to mediate?
I'm very happy that the governor has joined in and is pushing the groups towards conclusions, especially on the administration side. The union has been ready to negotiate. It has very clear and principled goals and aspirations. So I think with the serious commitment of the state government, I hope we'll get somewhere.
Why is the university administration so adamant? I mean, this is teachers we are talking about.
You have to ask them. I have no idea. I really don't know. It's a mystery to us. I mean, the university coffers are relatively full. I mean, post-COVID, we're not really in a financial crisis. I mean, if you actually look at the real numbers, at the numbers. So it's a mystery to us. It seems to be, to be weird. I don't want to be strange about it. It seems ideological. It seems like there's like a commitment to constraining salaries for their own sake. Or because they have other interests and things they want to support. It's a mystery to us. It's very clear to us why we are asking for what we're asking for, why our union leadership has led the way it has, and why our membership has voted overwhelmingly for the strike.
Like you direct one course, so you are, I mean, quite up in the hierarchy.
Yeah.
So do you interact with the administration and tell
Yes.
them what are you doing?
Yes, I do. I mean, I regularly, some of the demands that we are negotiating for, and they're too boring to explain to you. I mean, I can explain to you if you want, but some of the practical bureaucratic challenges they put in the way of our faculty, I've written to them repeatedly about, and I'm afraid there's a real lack of leadership in relation to some of these administrative changes, many of which are not financial. There's no benefit to having someone reapply for a job you're going to give them anyway, right? So all it means is that that person has to put together a CV and put together an application and another security check. It has to go through various levels of bureaucracy. It's an inefficiency. We not just me, I'm the director of the writing program, but the chair of the English department, all of our faculty has been communicating with the central administration for years about these issues. We are not certain why they're not more responsive.
It's very frustrating. What I heard from the people who are involved in the negotiations is that the administration has stalled. It's failed to turn up for meetings. It's been disrespectful, which is one reason why this is part of the message. We've had plenty of time to sort this out, so there's no particularly good reason for us to be striking right now. And the main reason really is that they just never came to the table. And when they did, they weren't willing to be serious in negotiating. And they've brought in a bunch of sort of advisors who are really anti-union. And so I think he's listening to the wrong people. And it's frustrating because he's a social historian. He knows all about race, gender, class. He should know better. You know, he's just kind of taking us in the wrong direction. It's a big disappointment because some of us naively thought that given his background, he would be particularly attentive to the problems that the university is facing and the reality that it's been pushed further and further towards corporatization.
You know, like anyone जो भी Rutgers के लिए अभी काम कर रहा है, be it in any form of research, if you are a professor and just because they want a contract for their wages to be coming on time and everything, they are having a protest right now.
तो आपको क्या hopeful है क्या?
Our president has already published a report, and you know they are willing to negotiate with the unions and everything on the same thing. So लगता है कि अच्छा आउटकम आएगा इसका। 257 साल में ये पहली बार हो रहा है कि ऐसा प्रोटेस्ट हमारे कॉलेज कैंपस पे हुआ है।
And do you think there's any kind of pressure from the administration on the faculty not to come out because they are saying, well, the classes are off?
It's always difficult to know like what's rhetoric and what's real. I mean, we had 94% of our membership vote to authorize a strike. So, I mean, if the administration is, basing their plans on what essentially 6% of the faculty and grads have decided, it seems like it's probably more of a, rhetorical position than anything else. I certainly don't know any faculty members who are continuing to teach. And I'm teaching a course this semester where my students, I think in general, are very supportive of the faculty position.